like this piece of meat, I think to myself, is Kier Starmer done yet? And by done yet, I mean the flip-flopping. I mean, Kamala flip-flopped on everything, but Kier seems to be like executing it with like kung fu, like ninja-like abilities. It's just, he just act like nothing happened the last 10 years. You know what I mean? You remember that thing with Rwanda where they were sending refugees and people and holding areas in Rwanda? Well, Kier has came up with a more dynamic plan. He doesn't just want one place. He wants hubs, plural. Hubs to hold people. Hubs. And I'm going to naturally assume they ain't going to be in the UK. That local election has really shaken up things in the UK, hasn't it? Look at all the U-turns. That's what I like about democracy, is even if your party doesn't win, that everybody's voting for or is growing, the other parties start mimicking and trying to do the things that the people are voting on. And you know what? Isn't that the point? I mean, they even saying that the person that attacked his family was Ukrainian, which is interesting, because I'm wondering what kind of vetting process they use to let people in. Do we know the people that are coming in? I know, you know, the whole narrative is Ukrainians are great and all this other stuff, but let's be honest. There's criminals everywhere. There's crazy people everywhere. Not most people, but it's enough of them to cause problems. You know, like attack the prime minister and his family. Maybe that's influenced his decision, but I don't think he's done yet, and I don't think that meat is either. Another interesting development is the security minister. I think that's the name. I might be wrong, but I'm not here to, you know, I'm not a legitimate news source. I already know that. An ambitious plan to build more prisons. And you know why there's a sudden need to build more prisons? Anybody curious? Anybody want to know? Could it have anything to do with the incredible amount of immigration that has happened in recent years? It might have something to do with that. I mean, when you push for people that are unvetted to come in, you're going to get those kind of results and those kind of problems. This is a long-term problem that's built up, basically, for the past 10 to 15 years, if we're going to really be honest about it. The thing is, they made it so easy to get in illegally that people coming in legally just aren't bothering. Well, maybe they are bothering, but you get my point. They've let a lot of people in. And they don't say that. What they say is, the secretary said, she goes, well, it's been a large increase in population. Huh, you don't say. Speaking of immigration, let's go across the pond to the U.S., where South African refugees have been allowed to come in. It's odd, because I've seen one of them being interviewed, and they were just being really hostile. They went through his social media. They said all these things, asking him why he's there, saying he's a con man. I've never seen a refugee be talked to like that, ever, in any capacity. And it just makes you wonder, if that was a person of color, as they like to say it. I don't like saying that because it's so vague. It is so vague, ain't it really? If it was a person of color, and it was the same interviewee, I think it was a white lady interviewing him, asking those same questions, people would just literally say, that's the most racist thing I've ever seen. The questions were outrageous. They wouldn't even have to be a person of color. They could just be, let's say, from the Ukraine or somewhere. They would say that person is out of order and prejudice and all this other stuff. The liberal news media would lose it. Their hair would catch on fire. Joy Reid would come back and she'd steal one of Donald Trump's wigs and put it on. The purple and blue-haired people would be marching in the streets. You know what would happen. Honestly, when it comes to things like that, I don't like it no matter what color the person is. You just don't treat people like that, bro. That was out of order when I was watching that interview. I was like, that is crazy, dude. That is out of this world. Because you're saying, he said some anti-Semitic things online. You got Kanye West, who just forever says anti-Semitic things, and everybody knows about it. You don't really see any, well, people try to interview him. Well, Piers Morgan did, but Kanye just left. He just walked out. You know, Kanye say crazy stuff, though. He say crazy stuff like slavery was a choice. Yeah. And in the end, I think Trump is at it again. And I don't think he's done yet either. I still don't know what's going on with this piece of meat. I'm looking at it. I'm not sure if it's finished. Sorry, y'all. I digress. President Trump has said publicly that maybe Putin didn't show up because there's been there was supposed to be a meeting between Ukraine and Russia. I had to explain that. Sorry about that. and Putin didn't show up. It's like, where's Waldo? It's like, where's Putin? You know what I mean? But I mean, that's sort of like Biden's in charge, ain't it, really? Because he was there but sleep. But you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get back on subject. Trump says, and this is why I think this is a troll. See if y'all notice this. Trump says, I think that Putin's not going to be serious unless I'm there and I'm involved with the negotiations. Did y'all catch what he said there, what he's done? If you didn't, remember when Putin was saying, or at least Russia was saying, we just want to do direct negotiations with Ukraine. We don't want the U.S. involved. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And now Trump is out there saying, yeah, he just wants me to be involved. So is Marco Rubio. Isn't that the most epic troll ever? Come on, man. Y'all don't see that? Come on. Unlike this piece of meat, I'm done. Y'all take care.